time for a new rush contest. Round 8. Cactuar, Slactuar. It looks like it's going to be over by the Talpar rest area. I believe that's how it's called. It's the outpost. Yeah, Talpar rest area outpost. So you can run directly out as soon as you park and run straight out. It'd be about right here, you know, where most of the other ones have already been. Pretty much know where it is by now. If all else, just find the trail and just run straight up towards the exit part. You'll either slam into them or you'll see the little question mark where you can restart it. Cactuar level 15, HP is 5,000. Slactuar, HP 5,000, level 15. They are both weak to daggers and firearms. As far as magic, don't use any fire at all. Stick with either lightning or a blizzard, whatever tier you want to use. Stick with those two if you want to use magic. Alright, just like the rest of them, basically on a time limit. You know, you've got your 99 minutes on the screen, or it's just going to count down, but the reality is it's actually another site that you're not seeing that's counting up. But in the short of it is, you should have your tech turbocharger on. Gladius is going to be your primary hitter as long as he lines up his shots, which is rare, but if he can do it, usually he'll kill up between 6 and 8 of them on the screen, or everybody on the screen, which is really great. Other than that, you should be warp striking and pretty much taking care of the most of it, if not 1 to 2 shots. You know, if that's not workable for you, just make sure you've got Ignis on his enhancement. He's either going to beef you up with lightning or some kind of frost dealing attack, so you should be capable of either killing him outright or swapping to a different weapon that can. You know, firearms and daggers are weakness. Another good one that you can just basically switch to are any of the actual 2-armed great swords. They will deal some massive damage as well, depending on what your flavor is. And pretty much do anything you want. So just keep in mind, as long as Gladius is lined up with at least more than 5 or 6 on the screen, they're all going to die. But that's his biggest drawback. If he decides he's going to face a wall, well, he might hit one. So hook up your tech turbocharger and just warp strike like you're crazy. Do as much of that as you can. Flat out attack as much as possible. Try and knock him out. $18 to $26. 8 of them in 1 strike. Not bad. As far as magic goes, you might want to go ahead and hook up the Ring of Resistance, and you might want to use your your ribbons, anything to counter any other negative. I mean, everybody's basically going to stagger no matter what you do. Blizzard, not so good for long term, but great for short term. The main reason why is you get the smaller debuffs versus if you happen to hit them, you're going to get everybody just like with that. But you're going to get more consistent, steady damage if you just cast the lightning or the fire. Plus they're going to have that small debuff as well. So you can kind of go from both sides. As they run up behind you, they're getting a debuff. It just makes it a little bit easier. It's not like it's a great deal better, but every little bit makes it easier. So that's all you have to do is really focus on something like that. Especially when you have a big enemy that just comes running up out of nowhere. You gotta change your tactics just to try and nail one of these guys mid-fight, you might want to think about doing that, so that way you can at least have some consistent damage being inflicted on your primary targets. Just my opinion, you might want to use something else. You might want to go ahead and use Electron. I know I'm just using just a basic. All I'm doing is the TriCast, and it just happens to be a tier 3, so it's not real strong, but it's strong enough to pretty much slow down everything in my path right now. Plus I'm just kind of playing around with it, so just give you guys more of a feel of what else you can do or what else may be easier to use. I don't know.
Just what I need.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a faster way to do it, but just playing around and kind of seeing what else works, just to see what it can do. Using magic just to kind of take a broad area and consistent damage seemed to help out a lot. And you could pretty much stick with either enhancement or just a higher powered weapon, so that way your warp strikes, it's either 1 or less. In other words, if you use like the Shield of the Just, you might be able to hit 2. That kind of sucks because it eats into taking potions and stuff, so that is a option, but it's easier just to go ahead and do one of the great swords and just go ahead and swing wildly until either tech builds up or you just warp strike the crap out of them. Either way, it's not really all that difficult. It shouldn't take you all that long, but for the most part, this is just the basic. Something else if, in case you weren't thinking about doing it. Alright, just remember, Ring of Resistance really helps. And avoiding the buffs, you might want to have ribbons on everybody. By now you should either buy the ribbons or should have found them. If not, leave a comment and I'll let you know how to